Okay. Hey y'all. Sorry we've been gone so long, but we was like, we didn't want to come back and then just be like, act like nothing happened. So we need to tell them why the heck we've been gone, because I'm pretty sure people, I mean, A, some people probably just don't care, and then B, some people probably like, oh, this probably happened, this probably happened, this probably happened. So we just want to let y'all know what happened.
We're here to share it, let y'all know exactly the journey that we've been through, the good, the bad,
Yeah. It's not, I mean, the good thing
stuff,
is that we
stuff, too.
alive and we healthy and we happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're happy.
Yeah, I mean, because ain't like I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy with you, but it's not like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not happy every day, but I've been happier.
It's life.
Yeah.
And we're happy our relationship is good.
Yeah.
If that's what you're concerned about, that's fine. It's just other stuff that's happened. Life is happening, So, yeah, we're going to tell you about it. And I'm going to let you start because a lot of it has to do
with me, right? Okay, so, y'all, I don't even know what date it was, but we went to the movies and we were seeing, what we were seeing? Barbie. We were seeing a Barbie movie. And I left out the movie theater, and I'm like, oh, that popcorn made me want to throw up. And then, I don't know, I was just like, it smells so stinky here, like it stink. And I'm like, to everybody, I'm like, y'all, it don't stink to y'all? And they like, no, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, okay, whatever. But all I know is that popcorn made me want to throw up, and this whole place made me want to throw up, and I'm ready to go. But nobody really thought nothing of it. Shoot, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, they weird. I don't understand how they don't think this popcorn stank, or this whole movie theater just stank. So then, I don't know, little stuff just kept happening. And then my sister was like, you pregnant? And I was like, girl, shut the heck up. I'm not pregnant. And then she just kept picking on me saying, hey, pregnant, hey, pregnant. I'm like, shut up. So then I started thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I pregnant? I mean, we been.
I wasn't surprised. I'll say it like that.
He was happy, but no. So then
I was happy though. I was elated. I was like, I had never, I never been so excited and happy.
I never seen him so happy in his life. But hadn't told him yet. I only knew. I didn't know a full hour before I told him, for sure. I had suspicions, but it wasn't a long period of time that went by, because he was on to me. He was on to me. So it was one day he was taking me to the dentist. I think it was after I got my root canal, and he was driving so crazy. It was pissing me off so bad. And it always do. It always piss me off, and I always go off on him. But this time, I didn't go off on him how I usually do. So I didn't say nothing. I just I was in the car. I was like, I just folded my arms, because I'm like, if I open my mouth to start going off, I'm gonna throw up on the dashboard. I'm gonna throw up. So I was like, I'm just shut up and hold it in, because if I say something, I'm gonna throw up, and he's gonna be suspicious, and I'm gonna be I'm a little suspicious, but I ain't sure. So I'm like, I'm just shut up. So he's like, babe, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, you can talk to me, you can tell me anything. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And then I was like, you're just driving so crazy. And he was like, you sure that's what it is? I was like, yeah, that's what it is. And he's like,
I was just honestly, at that time, I thought she was just, I was like, you just been out of shape about my driving? It ain't that deep.
No, but I always get mad. But you said, you was like, that's not usually how you act when you mad about me driving.
Yeah, you usually just be normal mad. And so I thought you was extra, extra mad. You was I'm furious at you. And I'm like, because I'm driving, I'm like, that's a bit much. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Yeah, but so I was like, shoot. I'm already ain't acting normal. I thought that was normal. I guess it wasn't normal because usually I just be talking about it, like, you drive it down, but I wasn't. So he was just like, dang, what the heck going on with you? So I'm like, oh, shoot, I gotta hurry up and take this mother freaking test so I can know. And then I had to go to something with my friends the next day, Aisha, and she invited me to like the Pretty Legal thing, and I was like, everybody was drinking, and I was like, what I said? I was like, I'm fasting or something like that. And then luckily, some of the other girls was fasting too, so that really did help me. And it's like, oh, me too. So I was like, yes, no, we ain't drinking. But I was like, I ain't drinking because I think I might be knocked up. So anyway, then once I left there, I was like, I need to know right now. I need to know in this moment, am I freaking knocked up? So I went to Dollar Tree and I bought a red box because I was like, it's like, it was like a part of me that was like, if I'm not, I don't care. I just get them a different gift and put it in a box. If I am, then I'll put a pregnancy test in there. I did not buy the pregnancy test from Dollar Tree. I got them expensive $30 pregnancy test that be like, pregnant? Not. Because I'm like, look, I don't need no read the blue line. Is it like, no, because I need to know. I need you to be like, yes or no. So I went and bought that one. And then I made a video and I was like saying, y'all, oh my gosh, I think I might be pregnant. Like, I was so nervous. I'm like, and it was like part of
Who was you talking to?
I just made a video, like, because I was going to post it.
Oh, okay.
I was going to, actually, we probably can post it and show y'all those videos, because I was so hyped, but I was also so scared, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. So, I made them videos, and while I was sitting in the parking lot in Family Dollar, and then I had to sneak the pregnancy test too, because you was in the house. So I had the big old thing in my robe pocket, and then I finally took it, and then I seen it was said pregnant. I was like, oh, what the? I was like screaming inside. Because I was like happy, but also like shocked, because it was so fast. I really wasn't expecting it to happen so fast. People always say like, oh, it's going to take a few years, or it's going to take a few. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Because the timing of it would have been like, well, the timing of it was just fast.
Yeah, because when we went on a trip.
Yeah, when we went to Florida, it was like right then.
Yeah, right after Florida. That was like July.
Yeah.
So like
it was right in July.
July 7th.
Yeah.
And then June, July, August, the end of August, we found out we was pregnant. So I presented him with the box. Yeah. And you can tell like what you was thinking.
It was, all right, so when she presented me with a box, I thought it was one of them, I thought it was like a prank. So when I was gonna open it, I was gonna open it and open it at her. So whatever jumped out, it just jumped at her. So I was just like, she playing. So she was recording and she was like, I got you a gift. So I'm like, this ain't nothing. This ain't gonna be nothing good. So I was like, this is gonna be some kind of prank, some kind of something. So I was like, man, she don't do stuff like that. I was like, man, let me just, relax a little bit. So I was like, all right, what is it? And then when I opened it, when I tell you I was not expecting it at all, I was floored. I was like, I had a wave of emotions come over me about just everything and how excited I was to just like, all right, it's like unveiling a new chapter of your life, but like, I mean, that's kind of going back what it was, but like in my head at the time, I was excited to have, twins, I was excited to have our kids, that's all. So, yeah, it was just an indescribable feeling. Y'all have been parents. I'm sure y'all felt it at some point. So, I'm not gonna go too deep into detail, but yeah, I was just excited. And then when it happened, I was on that high for, I was on that high for the whole time.
He was like hype. I think you was like hyper than me. I think it took a while for it to even not settle, but like set in. For the realization for me, it was like still, I was like, nah. I think after we went to our first doctor's appointment and we actually saw it and saw like the little posting for the heartbeat, that's when I was like, oh shoot, it's real, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
But I was happy, but it was kind of hard to like connect the two. Like it was kind of hard to feel pregnant until I saw it, and I was like, cause they kept like doing stuff, treat me like a pregnant person. Like, she can't hit. You hold that. And I'm like, I am fine. I don't need that.
Yeah.
But
and she, you know, we were going through a whole bunch of, you know, emotions and everything. But before we even were gonna kind of come out and say anything, we were just like, let's wait. And you know, we were still kind of in the wedding stages of like, you know, making sure everything was good. And so, you know, so we kind of, that's when we first started kind of slowing down, like posting and everything, and not being
true.
as, we kind of slowed down because we were like, oh, we should tell them, but we got to like make sure, get ready. We got other, you know, we got to prioritize our child coming. So that was,
we sold
that was
the
what we were doing.
Airbnb.
Yeah, we sold the Airbnb. We moved on from that.
We ain't got time for that. We finna have a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
But, and this really like, I've been reading all the comments, people going off on Haley about hiding her whole pregnancy and, oh, now you want to show us? Now you want to show us? And I couldn't 1,000% understand why she would wait until her entire pregnancy was over to show it, because it's like it's not a guaranteed thing, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I had, or us, I'm still not healed completely from it, but it's just like I'm more healed than I would be if I had told y'all every step of the way, and then it's just like the very next day it's like, hey, what's going on? What, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that we protected ourselves, I feel like, and not telling nobody, because that gave me time to heal without having to deal with it. And we be seeing people in person too, so I feel like if I kept seeing people in person saying like, oh, I'm sorry, or what's going on? Where's the baby? Because that happened to us once. We didn't really tell nobody. Only people we told.
I slipped up and told somebody. I told people who I didn't think was paying attention. We were selling the Airbnb, and I was like, why you selling the Airbnb? I'm like, cuz we, you know, I got a kid on the way. We finna, you know, yada yada. And I didn't know that they followed me on, you know, followed us on Instagram or,
and no,
you know,
a friend. It was a friend of a friend.
Yeah, it was a friend of our friends.
And then told our friends before we told our friends.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, so what's?
And they like, why y'all didn't tell?
Yeah.
Well, it was
mainly my friends, but there was. They
my friends too, but they are your initial. They are that. He knew them before me.
Yeah, so they was like, why didn't you tell us nothing? And I'm like, man, I wasn't trying to say nothing. I wasn't trying to say nothing until, you know, till we were sure. And then we went, cause you was, yeah, it was at the proposal.
Yeah, I was
our
pregnant
friend's proposal.
at the proposal.
Yeah, our friend's proposal. You know, she was
and we weren't trying to make it about me.
Yeah, and I was like, we can't.
Because we knew she was getting proposed to, and it was his mama's 50th birthday. Not 50th birthday.
40th, 50th,
No, it was
60th?
something. It was like 60th. It was his mama's 60th birthday, and he was proposing to his now fiance. So,
yeah,
like, we're not finna tell y'all that.
Yeah, this ain't about, like, we wasn't trying to bring it up at all. If one of our friends hadn't said anything, then we would have never even brought it up at all. We would have just pretended like, oh, we just fasting. Neither one of us is drinking.
Because we do be fasting a lot. So
yeah, so it's just like, yeah, but.
Yeah, but so I definitely understand why she held out and didn't tell nobody about her pregnancy. Because it is a very hard thing to deal with. And that happened all the way, I think it was September 3rd that we went to the ER. And now it's what? January?
Yeah.
And I'm just being able to talk about, I'm just being able to talk about it without crying, when it was like, sometimes I even think about it and I feel like breaking down. So I'm like, it's just I think people who never been through either a miscarriage or they never had kids or like, it's easy to just be like, to not understand why you would do what you do. And it's like, everybody was sitting there telling her, you're pregnant. It's like, obviously she's gonna have to lie because she can't hide away. We gonna see her. So it's just like, just chill, please. It's a stressful thing to be dealing with. Just chill. But so
yeah, that. Do you want to talk about that whole
Yeah.
thing? So.
But our first doctor's appointment though, because that one was good.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, that was a good moment.
yeah, that was a good moment. We'll show y'all. We might post a little clip or something. But
Comment if y'all want to see like, cause I mean like I don't want to be showing y'all stuff if y'all don't want to see it. But like comment if y'all want to see shorts of, you know, the stuff we recorded, cause we did record stuff. Like the doctor's appointment, because we was waiting to show y'all, but we was like, let's just wait until, you know.
yeah, and the first time we saw, you know, the heartbeat, and like it got all the way up to that stage where, you know, we saw the heartbeat, and you know, we had that video. Yeah, go ahead, keep talking, because I don't know where you want to go with it.
Okay, so basically we had our first appointment, and it was cool. We went to Innovative Women because we needed to find somewhere that was like available very fast. But if I have to be honest with y'all, the experience I had with Innovative Woman in Atlanta, I think it's Smyrna, it was an absolute nightmare. It was the worst possible scenario I think that I could have experienced in my first pregnancy. The first appointment was not bad. Actually, no, it wasn't great.
Do you want to air them out like that?
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
do. I
know
do.
if you want to just leave it anonymous, but
I don't want it to be anonymous because I feel like I don't want other people going there thinking that, like, if you get in just plastic surgery, that's fine. But if you go in there, but this whole purpose of this video for me is to share my experience and let y'all know that you're not alone. If this happened to you, you're not alone, and you know, you're normal. You'll be okay. Because I didn't feel like I was gonna be okay, and B, to tell you not to go there because and it's like I don't. It's nothing they can do with me to me because everything is like literally proof. I wrote a whole review saying that this happened, and I still haven't heard nothing back from these people. So I want to protect y'all. I care about y'all. Do not go there if you're in Atlanta for your pregnancy because it was the worst experience that I have ever experienced in my life. So yes, I don't care.
yeah, the first visit we were excited about hearing. The first visit, did we hear the heartbeat? It wasn't the first visit.
So the first visit we went, we talked
To confirm that you were pregnant.
Yeah, to confirm I was pregnant. They drew blood. The first one wasn't very bad. Only thing was
It was kind of bad because the lady was
kind of bad. She didn't know and it wasn't the lady who it wasn't Dr. Thrasher. She was amazing. She was good. Dr. Thrasher was good.
I think that's her name, but the main head lady, the one that we seen on, like I didn't know that.
That's Dr. Thrasher.
Okay.
She was good.
Yeah.
She seems like she is very knowledgeable. She was very because then I didn't see her the first time. I saw a different doctor and I don't even remember her name, but she didn't have a lot of answers for us. She was very cold. She seemed like she really wasn't that concerned. We excited, we hand in hand, and she's like, I don't see many men in here, so I don't know what to tell you. We like, what's some books you can recommend us, and what's this and what's that?
She was like, you just look it up on Google.
Yes.
And she was like, I was like, okay, y'all, you don't have like
No advice.
Nothing to kind of give
I'm
us.
like, what
and
prenatals?
I'm not gonna say
Google
that she doesn't know what she's talking about because obviously she went to school, but at the same time, like
it wasn't helpful.
It wasn't helpful for us or give us any kind of confidence, especially coming back a second time, which we still came back for what reason I can't really remember other than I think it was just the fact that they did the first one.
Yeah,
but
and I just, was just keeping it consistent, I guess.
Yeah, but we didn't really feel like they knew how to cater to us. I'm sure they know how to cater to like a lot of the plastic surgery.
Yeah,
it
seemed like it wasn't the place for. It seemed like they do really good plastic surgery. Like they had plastic surgery all on the walls. Plastic surgery was everywhere. There's a video that kept talking about plastic surgery. I think I was the only person in there that was pregnant because I'm looking around. I'm like, Okay, I think everybody getting something done. And it was just, you can tell it was not catered to people who was having babies. So it kind of already was a red flag to me because I'm like, ooh, this not really, yeah, it don't seem like this y'all thing. Because I was coming and I was expecting like a warm welcome, congratulations. And like, here's, read this book and do this, and these are great prenatals, and this is a great thing for dad, and I like, maybe I am just expecting too much because I be watching like too much Married to Medicine and they be taking care of them girls. Like maybe it's just me, maybe I just expected too much because of what I see on TV, but I just did not feel cared for at all. And then the day of the miscarriage, we was at church. Well, we was at it was kind of like church, right?
Yeah, cause I want to talk about before because we went a second time, and that's when we got the heartbeat of the baby.
Oh yeah. That was a good time too.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And their girl who did I wish I remember her name, she was very good. The woman who did the ultrasound on me, she was super nice. She was super, like, she told us stuff. She let us record. She was great. So I don't want to make it seem like the whole entire place is bad. I just feel like if you go in there for, like, to have a baby, it's probably not the best place to go.
Yeah. So after going there for that, I felt like, again, like we didn't have the support that we needed, but it really kind of reared its head later. And we'll explain it. But like she said, we was at church. We went to a church service on Saturday.
About the first time. About the ultrasound.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh.
But yeah, what did you want to talk about?
So when we went to the ultrasound appointment, like that was a good appointment. We went in, she even took pictures of us, like a video of us, and we was all hype and happy, like, and she was good. I just don't, like, it was a good day. And she let us see, actually she went on the top of my stomach first. She couldn't see nothing and she had to go inside. And I was like, ooh. And then she basically looked inside and then we saw it and we was like, oh my gosh. And then she let us see the heartbeat and I was looking at him and he was looking at me and he was looking like he wanted to cry, like, oh. It was just like a good day. I feel like we both felt the realness.
Yeah. It felt real, but I'll talk about it more later. But it's kind of hard to like bring up those memories. But yeah.
Yeah.
But like she was saying, we went to church. It was probably the following Saturday, like maybe a week and a half later. We went to the church on a Saturday service.
Yeah.
And we left early. Did we leave early? I don't know if we left early.
No, we left on time.
But you just...
I went to the bathroom when it was over.
That's what it was.
And I was like, babe, I'm spotting. And you was like, yeah, it's probably fine. And then my sister told me too. My sister like, I spotted with all my kids. That's a normal thing. So I was like, probably normal.
Yep. And then we got home. And you weren't feeling well?
No, I felt fine.
You felt fine?
I was concerned, but my actual body felt good. Like I didn't have no...
Something happened, and at that time, it was something between when she started bleeding.
I think it was...
Like when you started like... Because you spotted, you were bleeding again. And then matter of fact, it wasn't even then. It was right as soon as I seen it the first time at the church. I called the doctor on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
I called the doctor, so I called. This is what I was like.
I forgot. See, I didn't really know about that part because he was handling it. And I feel like trying to like not allow me to worry and just handling it by himself and stuff, so. But
yeah, so I called the doctor on the way home. And they were like, oh, it's the weekend. We can't get a hold of somebody. Let me find the on-call doctor. So I said, all right, find the on-call doctor. And they said they'll call me back. They said they'll call me back within 45 minutes. 30 minutes go by, I call again. They say, hey, we can't find the on-call doctor. Give me another 45 minutes. I give them an hour. I'm patient. And she hasn't really said anything, but so I'm like, I'm still trying to be cautious. So I'm like, okay, it's been an hour and 30. They should have somebody by now. I call again. They say, oh, we still can't get a hold of somebody. Let me try to get you on the phone with somebody. Let me put you on hold. I'm sitting there on hold basically the whole time until we decide to get to just go to the ER.
Yeah.
So I'm on hold for probably like 2 to 3 hours. It's like probably an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and to the point where I even call back and they put me back on hold. She goes to the bathroom and then she's spotting. I'm praying like, all right, what do we do? Go to the hospital. Like, all right, we're going to the hospital. So we go to the hospital, and it's the longest wait of our lives. We're there forever. It feels like, even though it's the ER, their like fulfillment process at the or their triaging process. Their triaging process at that hospital, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's in Marietta. But their triage process is super slow. We basically waited an hour and a half.
For what?
Before you got seen?
Probably, yeah.
Nah, it might have been longer than that, because it was a whole night, right?
Well, we got there after church. We didn't leave till the next day.
Nah, it was Saturday we went, wasn't it?
We got there Saturday after church.
Yeah,
we didn't leave the
yeah.
hospital until the next day.
Yeah. So we were
And
there.
it was like, we got there at like, what, 3?
We got there at like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah, we got there at like 3, and we stayed at the hospital in the waiting room.
It was
until we got home at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was like a process of and we got hyped because they'll call me back and we'd be like, oh yay, like finally. And then all they did was like take my blood pressure, do this, do that, send me back over with him. And they wouldn't let him come. He couldn't come. So a lot of stuff had to do by myself in the beginning process. So then I'm like, okay, go back and sit next to him.
I honestly feel like it was something that could have been done. Maybe nothing.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna say that. I don't think it's nothing that could have been done. But
yeah, but
I think
in any case, it was 3 hours. Then they took a blood pressure. Then it was 3 hours. Then they said, hey, we need to do an ultrasound. Then it was 3 hours before they did the ultrasound. Then it was another 3 hours. Then we get the results of the ultrasound.
They wouldn't even let him come, and he's like, please, can I come back with her? They wouldn't even let him come back and like with the ultrasound with me, and it's like
they didn't even let me come back. They finally let me come back once they found out that she had a miscarriage, and that they was gonna tell us that, and that's when they said, oh yeah, come back now, and I was like,
but I was back there by myself. She's sticking at me. And I'm like, she doing the ultrasound, but I'm like, I really thought I heard like a heartbeat. So I was still having hope, like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. And then, yeah.
Yeah. So it was that was a really rough night. That's probably the only night that I really remember. But that's when I was kind of going back to what I said, like even recalling some of the good times, going through this whole process, or not process, but going through the experience of having a miscarriage as a couple.
I just gotta get a tissue.
But going through the process, can I come back?
Yeah.
Going through that whole experience, I didn't realize, like I knew she was going through it, but I didn't know how bad it was for her. And it was a lot of times that she would be sad, and I didn't know what was going on, but at the same time, I just tried to be there for her. For myself, I didn't even realize it until recently that I was going through it actively, I guess, where I was actively sad or feeling like depressed a little bit the first month or so. And then it's like my memories started to like, I just started to like bottle them up and then like repress them. And I know that's not good. I'm not saying I'm healed all the way now, but it's just something that we've been dealing with. So it was a lot of kind of working on ourselves before we decided to come back and share with y'all. And we're at a place where we at least at the point where we're comfortable sharing, and because we're ourselves when we talk to y'all. We're ourselves when we do anything. We're ourselves when we comment. We don't try to put on any kind of mask or anything like that. So we didn't want to, try to act like something wasn't wrong, or like put out videos of. At that time, it just wasn't a priority. It was, she was a priority. Our relationship was a priority. Yeah. That's loud.
It's very loud. But yeah, so after we left the hospital, went home. Actually, at the hospital, I will say it was a point where I knew, because I went from like laughing and playing with him, and he was trying to like lighten the mood and help me feel better, and I was just like done for it. Like I couldn't, because the cramps started getting, like I went from having no cramps at all, like I had no cramps at all, to feeling like I was having contractions. It would be like like a minute to go by, I won't feel nothing, and then a minute to come, and it was just like this pulsating, like feeling like something was just like tearing up my inside. So I'm like, this don't feel normal. This ain't right. So I kind of knew it already, but then like when the doctor just said we didn't find no heartbeat, no sign of life, she was just basically like, you're experiencing a miscarriage, and when you go home, you'll probably just pass it. So I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, I definitely broke down in there. And I knew it was not good, because every other time they wouldn't let him back, but this time they was like, oh, bring him too. I'm like, bro, this ain't good. So yeah, I'm glad they did let him back with me, but it was just a terrible experience. Then getting home, and the pain was very bad. And they gave me medicine, but I didn't take it. I don't know. I just don't be trying to take medicine. So, literally just passed in the toilet, and I almost passed out. And I will say that, like, you being there with me, like, meant so much, because I can't even imagine women that go through that by themselves.
It's okay, babe.
Like, I don't know, when I was going through it, I'm like, all I could think of was like, dang, women do this by themselves? That's crazy, because like, I don't know, it's just wild. I felt real grateful just to be like, dang, I have people around me that's, yeah, I just felt grateful that I have people around me that I know support me, and the fact that you was there for me the whole time. And I mean, like, holding my hair back while I'm throwing up, while I'm passing the baby, and like, for a long time I couldn't even go to the bathroom without crying.
It's okay, babe. You can pause it. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, for a long time, I couldn't even use the bathroom without crying. I couldn't go in the bathroom without remembering. Every time I have my period, it's another reminder.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a hard thing to deal with, but I thank God that I feel like it brought us closer together. And I do feel like it even brought us closer to God, because I know without God, I wouldn't have been able to get through that at all. And I also still feel grateful, because it's like some people have it even worse. Some people have to go back and get stuff sucked out, and I heard it's very painful. And I just heard it's even worse. Like some people have experienced it even worse than what I had, with no support. And I'm just grateful that I had God and support, and that I still have faith, and I feel like it's made my faith stronger. I will say that it's not easy, and I have had times after where I'm like, dang, am I depressed? Am I having like postpartum depression? Because, you know, usually you have that after you have a baby, and I'm like, I didn't even have a baby. So is this just regular depression, or is this? So, yeah. But,
And even like women who go through abortions,
right.
and women who go through, I mean, that's the same thing.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was the same process too. And I will say, like, not knowing that that's the same process, even anybody I've known who got a abortion, I never had an abortion, and I never had a miscarriage. So even when we go to the hospitals and we go to the doctor's appointments, and they be like, oh, what pregnancy is this for you? And I'd be like, first, they'd be like, how many abortions or miscarriages? I'm like, none. I was like, why y'all? And then they would look at me like I was so crazy, because then I later found out that the percentage of women that have miscarriages is so high. Like, they said some even have it and they don't even know they had a miscarriage. They think they just had a heavy period. Like, it's that many women who have miscarriages. So I was just like, wow, that's wild, because they never told me. And then it's crazy, because when you find out, like, once you start opening up to people, because y'all know I body scoped, and like as time went on, I started to feel more comfortable to like share my story with my clients, because I feel like it helped me. I watched I don't remember the couple name, but it's like a football guy and a Spanish lady, and I love watching them on TikTok and YouTube. And she had a miscarriage, and I watched her video, and it made me feel so good. Like, not so good, but it was like something that was like, it helped me. It just helped me. It made me feel like I'm not alone. I'm like, okay, so other people have gone through this too. I'm feeling like I was just like, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah, it's comforting to know that it's not something that is only happening to you, and then
right.
You see somebody going up, you see somebody coming down a mountain that you're going up, and it's like,
right.
It's like I'm going up this battle, through this depression, through this struggle, and I feel like I'm by myself. And then you see people coming down from the mountain who are like, I've, overcome this, or I went through this, and they tell you about the path that they took. And it may not be your path, but it's a path that kind of warns you and helps you get through certain things, and let you know that there is a way to get through it.
Right.
And that it's not just a cliff at the end. Or anything.
Right. And it's like they now have a child too, so it's just like, I just felt like I was contemplating. I'm like, well, because to be honest, like, we don't have to do social media. We both got jobs. We could disappear and never come back. It don't matter. But I just felt like God kept telling me, like, that I need to tell my story. I need to help people. Like, I feel like you go through stuff not just to go through it. Once you go through it,